Now on CoastTV News.
A special election in OC.
Standing up for all the people that have short-term rentals.
Why a 5-night minimum stay rule could be overturned.
Northstar's new phase.
We do need affordable housing.
94 multifamily units coming to Lewes, but some neighbors aren't sold.
A Royal Farms in the works.
I am not absolutely for it, but I'm not against it either.
What's holding back this Milton project?
This is CoastTV News at 6.
A local realtor looks at bookings that he says are down due to rental rules. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with Ocean City's 5-night minimum stay potentially being overturned.
These are some of the over 1,000 people who signed a petition asking for Ocean City's new rental rules to be changed or at least decided by the voters. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zapay is live there in OC. Kevin, the petition got enough signatures to require a referendum.
Maddie, this new petition needed at least 900 signatures from people who live in Ocean City and also voted in the last election. And that's exactly what they got, with a little over 1,000 signatures. Now they're asking voters to come out one last time and vote no on this new ordinance. From printing out petitions, putting up signs, and knocking on doors.
Standing up for all the people that have short-term rentals.
Realtor John McGathan says Ocean City's ordinance requiring a 5-night minimum length of stay in residential areas and mobile homes has already hurt bookings.
Last year by this time they had over half of their calendar full. It is in an R1 area that does allow pets, so it's a very popular thing. If you allow pets, it's in high demand. But as you can see here in this calendar, this is the only one reservation that they currently have because of the 5-night minimum.
But now, due to the petition that has been signed by over 1,000 people, that ordinance will now go to the voters for a referendum. Mayor Rick Meehan says the council has passed the ordinance in March to ensure Ocean City neighborhoods keep their feel.
It's a responsible thing to do to protect our R1 and MH areas, to make sure they don't just become investment properties.
McGathan disagrees, saying it'll hurt people who need this income to survive.
Although it's a small number of properties that are being affected right now, if we allow the city to start taking these types of steps, we don't know where it will lead.
It is now up to the voter to make the final decision. If Ocean City is your primary residence, then you have a chance to vote in this special election right here at the Ocean City Convention Center on July 22nd. I'm Kevin Zapay, live in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Kevin. Other changes to rentals in residential areas and mobile homes include a moratorium, which means that there's not going to be any new business licenses in those areas handed out. And there's an occupancy limit. It limits only 2 people per bedroom. These changes are not part of the referendum that's going to happen on July 22nd and will stay that way in town.
On your screen now is an area developers plan to build in Lewes. The Northstar development is between Beaver Dam Road and Route 9.
Sussex County Council today approved a request to rezone part of the land, and that would be for apartments. Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken is live in Lewes. Emma, the county's move allows for workforce housing.
Charlie, up to 94 units that are designated as affordable housing will be built on about 8 acres of this open land here. Documents show that Delaware State Housing Authority is involved in part of this project, and the county says they hope Northstar will help bring places people can afford to live. The proposed construction for 758 homes has already gotten the green light. Plans for nearly 100,000 square feet of commercial space is still up in the air. But now Sussex County Council okayed 94 multifamily units today, saying Northstar will provide essential affordable housing. When voting yes unanimously, one sentiment shared by council members was that approving this part of the project helps prevent that land from being developed into expensive homes. Some locals, though, still have concerns.
We do need affordable housing, but we also need to have the infrastructure to get people back and forth. I mean, it goes hand in hand. I mean, first you should plan the infrastructure and then do the building.
Again, there's 3 chunks to this project. The over 750 units, those are happening now. The 94 multifamily units, that got okayed today. But the third, potential commercial space for Northstar here, that's still up in the air and was not brought before County Council today. Live in Lewes, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, how do you feel about those large new developments?
Let's go take a look at the updated results from last news hour. Take a look at your screen. 63% say traffic will worsen, 19% are worried about the schools, 14% about the environment, 1% say boosts local economy, and 3% say adds affordable homes.
And we do have a comment today. Bruce of Selbyville says, until the state decides to do something about these developments, large or small, the traffic is going to get worse. There should be a moratorium on any development until there are major road upgrades. If you want to leave your own comment, if you want to go vote in the poll, go to coasttv.com or use the mobile app, and we will show you updated results tonight on Coast TV News at 11.
You are looking at a lot in Milford between 111 and 115 North Walnut Street that could soon change. Now you'll see the actual lot where developer Zach King wants to build a 4-story mixed-use building with 16 apartments, all of them affordable, hopefully, he says, and he wants a rooftop restaurant and bar and business in the basement. Milford's Planning Commission is discussing this right now. Let's go ahead and take a live look now into Milford as we turn it over to our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams, with a look at our forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Maddie. And we're having a very nice evening. In fact, very calm, cool, collected kind of conditions. But we've really been enjoying warmer than usual trend. I mean, think about it. Since the 7th, we've had at least 1, 2, 3 days in which we had near or below normal temperatures. But where you see the light red or slightly above the norm, where you see darker red, really above the norm, like into the 80s. And so we've been riding this carousel of much warmer than usual weather for quite some time now. And so that's why I was a little bit concerned, even though we're expecting cloudy skies to start off the day. For tomorrow, we could still have some latent heat that's in place that could still fuel some of these storms, sort of like undercover heat that would help the storms get a little stronger, because they are going to arrive for tomorrow. We do have some active concerns for small craft advisory along the entire coastline of the entire Delmarva Peninsula, bracing for 25-mile-per-hour winds. Coming up, let's talk more detail on what we're expecting as far as those storms are concerned for Wednesday, as well as Thursday and maybe even Friday, Charlie.
Oh. New at 6, a new bill in Delaware could let high school students earn credits by volunteering with local fire departments. House Bill 171 would allow students to use volunteer hours for community service to count towards graduation requirements. The executive manager of the Delaware Volunteer Firefighters Association says this would be a huge step in recruiting for local departments.
That age group is our ideal age group that we want to recruit to, and hopefully would also draw more that's not thought about that option given this elective credit that's available.
The bill is currently under review.
New at 6, Delaware State Police are asking for your help to identify the person on an electric scooter that you see here. DSP says that individual stole multiple packages in both Rehoboth and Lewes.
If you get a call from what looks like a Bay Health number, be sure to double check before answering. According to Bay Health, calls seem to originate from their number, and they're asking patients for Medicare numbers. They say not to give out any personal or medical information unless the caller's identity can be verified.
To Dewey Beach now, the town is warning beachgoers, just be careful walking on those beach mats when they have sand and debris, as they could be slippery. After rainfall, consider staying off the mats to avoid slipping. The town says the Chicago Street Beach entrance does not have a mat, so you can always use that if you are worried about slipping. And we are just getting started this evening.
Blood for a Brew returned to Milton. What donors got to take home after leaving a little blood behind.
And we have a yellow alert day for tomorrow. I'll brief you on the storms we expect by mid-morning.
More time. This open lot set to be a Royal Farms, but it's not quite ready. We're back in just 60 seconds.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Take a look at the map on your screen. You can see the blue icon at Milton-Ellendale Highway. That's where a new Royal Farms is supposed to go, but when that project will move forward is kind of up in the air.
This is the same area. This is from an aerial view, and as you can see, nothing's been built yet.
The project manager for the Royal Farms is looking for a 1-year extension of their final site plans.
Coast TV News reporter Zakiya Jennings is live in Milton. Zakiya, you spoke with people who said they need another gas station in the area.
Charlie, at some point in the future, the land I'm standing on now will be a Royal Farms gas station. For those familiar with the Milton area, if we look past those houses and past those trees, across the street, you have the Food Lion. Developers say they're working on coordinating agreements with DelDOT and with another nearby project related to the intersection improvements. And given all the work that still needs to be done, they're asking for a 1-year extension on their current plan. These schematics show plans for something called Cedar Creek Business Park, which eventually will be home to office space and other things, including a new Royal Farms gas station. Erin Jones has watched as Milton continues to grow, and she is conflicted about it.
I am not absolutely for it, but I'm not against it either. I think it's just a part of growth in a small town. I love Milton. I love the sweet town that it is, and I hope we're able to maintain that with the growth here.
While the new Royal Farms has the green light to move forward, when that will happen is still up in the air. Tonight, the engineers are headed to Milton's Planning and Zoning Commission to ask for an extension of the final site plan approval. This would actually be the second time. A letter on behalf of the engineers cites a host of reasons for the extension request, coordinating agreements with the DelDOT and with a nearby project related to the intersection improvements. They also say they've been asked for additional utility plan updates to sewer designs. And the owner is still in negotiations with potential contractors. While progress is put on hold, some locals say they need more options to fill up their tank.
There could be 1 or 2 more, because a lot of the gas stations, like the Quick Stop and all that, is always overrun with cars when you need to get gas.
The current extension ends on June 5th. If the 1-year extension is not approved, they will have to start back at square one with the preliminary permitting process. Milton's Planning and Zoning Commission will be hearing their case in about 15 minutes at Cannery Village. Live in Milton, Zakiya Jennings, Coast TV News.
Here's a look at your Gulf forecast. Listen, I know you're crazy enough to go out there when it's storming. I know you're really that much of an addict. I know, but listen, forget about it. So we are bracing for the opportunity for some rain to come visiting us, not only for Wednesday, but Thursday and possibly even leading into Friday. Our tunnel and razor camera in Lewes holding at 65 degrees. Cloud cover starting to thicken up a bit for us, but we are going to have the opportunity to fall into the upper 50s as early as 10 o'clock. Right now, we do have a small craft advisory, and that means we're watching out for like 25-mile-per-hour winds really along the beaches, and that makes the waters a bit on the choppy side and a bit dangerous too. So that's why I'm always reminding you of them. That stays into effect, by the way, until Thursday, from Lewes down to Ocean View, down to Ocean City, and even that's inclusive of places like Cambridge, Cornersville, Madison, Tiemann as well. So it's going to stay a little breezy around Delmarva in general. High pressure is control of our weather for right now, hence the reason why we have gorgeous blue skyline throughout the day. But this high pressure system is going to pack its bags and skedaddle out of here and open the door for a storm system to come in and probably stick around, because that storm system is moving slow like molasses. We have the winds coming out of the southeast right now, relatively light, gusts only up to about 13 miles per hour occasionally. We are in the 60s right now. It's 64 degrees not only in Long Neck and Millsboro, but it's also 64 degrees in Lewes at this present time, 65 right now in Milton. Overnight, we're going to become very cloudy. The winds will be shifting out of the east-southeast at about 8 miles per hour, and we will fall into the upper to mid-50s, about 57 degrees, as you can see most locations, 56, and maybe a few places like Ocean City, dropping down to 58. Now, we break down our day part forecast, and you'll notice we go with each one of our hour, noon, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, we're not seeing much movement. This is the best case scenario, because here's what we don't want to happen. This is something I always bring up to Maddie, and I'll bring it up to you guys, because this is what you got to remember. When we're expecting stormy weather the next day, you want it to be cloudy all day long. If we see any amount of sunshine for about 35 minutes to an hour, that's when things go from just annoying rain to, we're watching out for severe storms. Because think about it, we have a whopping 100% chance of rain, according to our models, on Wednesday. And by the way, that doesn't happen too often. It goes up to 99, rarely does it say 100, so should be a sure bet, right? 6 o'clock in the morning, scattered showers begin. Embedded showers will kick in by 9 o'clock, and by 10 o'clock, we'll have a mixture of heavy and light showers. Then we have a pocket of thunderstorms that could pop through by 12:30. Now, as far as what's happening for the rest of us, we're looking for that same general pattern to occur during that same time frame. So tonight, 55. Tomorrow, 58 with early showers, 68 on Thursday, morning rain. Finally, here's a look at your extended forecast. We have a yellow alert day for Wednesday.
Thank you, Paul. Saving a life one pint at a time, the Blood Bank of Delmarva held its 5th annual Blood for a Brew today at Dogfish Head in Milton. The bank says the initiative aims to encourage young and first-time blood donors. This year, 19 local Delaware breweries and coffee shops are participating, and donors even get a free t-shirt. For a list of all 19 businesses that participated, check out CoastTV.com.
Pretty cool. Also pretty cool, the DMV on the go is back for the summer. That's where you can go to things like change your address or renew registration. Very convenient. The DMV will be at Dart's Lewes Transit Center on Mondays, then the Milton Cheer Center on Tuesdays. On Thursdays, it will be at Harbor Freight Shopping Center in Seaford. And for all those locations, it is open 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Tonight, history for the Eastern Shore. 2 Bayside teams meet in boys lacrosse for the first time ever. Stephen Decatur is the newcomer to this stage. The Seahawks loaded up the bus earlier this afternoon and hit the road to Stevenson for the first time in program history. Decatur was powered to its 13-1 season by an explosive offense led by St. Joe's commit John Foner. The Seahawks beat Kent Island back in the Bayside title game, 13-11. But the Buccaneers are no strangers to excelling in this moment. Kent Island has won 2 of the last 3 2A state titles. Senior captain and Merrimack commit Gavin Henry shares what he's most looking forward to in his return to Stevenson U.
Just the adrenaline, the feeling of it is amazing. You know, going out there just one last time with all the guys, you know, on the biggest stage you can get. You know, there's nothing better than it. And I live for it. That's what we work all season for, the sweat, all of it. And it's a good feeling knowing that, you know, you're playing for a state championship and probably, you know, the most competitive state in the world. So it's pretty awesome.
Face-off tonight is set for 8 p.m.
The Delaware State Police had their annual kickball game against Beacon Middle School 8th graders and Love Creek Elementary School 5th graders. Great stuff here. Look at the pictures. Up next for kickball is Mariner Middle on Thursday.
Let the games begin. All right, so our Milford camera and Bay Health camera is 65 degrees. Will drop to 60 by 10 o'clock with partly to mostly cloudy skies. We do have a small craft advisory that's active until Thursday morning for the entire coastline. Watching out for 25-mile-per-hour winds and somewhat choppy surf. Our umbrella giveaway winner is Stephen Bonney of Lewes. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstedt, Mandalis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. We are calling for a yellow alert day for tomorrow because we're looking for rain pretty much throughout the entire day, and the winds are going to become a little bit on the vibrant side. So we'll continue to monitor that for you.
All right, Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.